Hello and welcome to our Booksplosion Skyward and end of the year Superlatives live show. Today we're going to be discussing Skyward by Brandon Sanderson. This month we worked with Random House. Skyward was amazing. And then the second half of this live show, we're going to be talking about all the books we've read this year and like ranking them and saying our favorite this and our favorite that and all of that jazz. We're going to be taking questions for Skyward using hashtag Skywsplosion and questions just overall, just like things you want us to superlative and such, using the hashtag 2018splosion. You can do this on Twitter, or you can try doing it in the chat, where the chat moves fast, so there's a better chance we'll see it on the Twitters. Thank you for joining us today. I'm Christine from polandbananasBOOKS.
I'm Jesse from Jesse the Reader.
And I'm Kat from Katie-tastic. Katie-tastic. I don't know, it's both ways. It's fine.
We are Booksplosion. If you didn't know, you're here, so you probably know. And we do a monthly book club, and it's called Booksplosion. Okay. Jesse, you want to kick us off with your Skyward thoughts?
Sure, I'll kick us off with my Skyward thoughts.
General thoughts first, and then go into spoilery discussion.
All right, general, non-spoilery thoughts. So this book is going to be appearing on my favorites list of 2018, if that tells you anything. I loved this book. I loved following Spence's journey. I feel like this book, something that it did really well was just like character development. Like I loved seeing her character develop, and I loved seeing like all the side characters develop as well. Like there was so much growth that I loved seeing. I loved the world so much. Like his world building is so good. And even though like there's parts of the world that are still like really mysterious and I need to know more about, but hopefully we'll explore more in the sequel. And I loved the action scenes. They were so good. It felt like you were like literally like in it. And it was just the best. I love this book so much. 5 out of 5 stars.
Kitten?
Yes, I agree with pretty much everything Jesse said. Also, Christine, I think you have yourself selected on the live show.
I do? Okay, I just clicked out. I did see that. I was like, oh, why is it just on me?
I like have it in my other window, and I'm like, it's just on Christine while Jesse's talking.
Oh, shoot.
So yeah, anyway, I am on the same page as Jesse with a lot of things. Like this is one of my favorite books that I've read this year, which isn't a huge surprise because I've loved every Brandon Sanderson book I've read. And yeah, I love his world building. And this book, it's like a sci-fi, so it's not like fantasy, there's not like magic, but the way the science is kind of treated and the ships and stuff, like there's almost a magic system element to it. And Brandon Sanderson is so good at like developing magic systems and like using these cool new like techniques and ideas to like fight and like interact. So yeah, I love this book. It was great.
Yeah, Brandon Sanderson is really good at authoring. Like, this has been made very apparent by the books I have read by him. This one was no exception, and it was such a great audiobook. Did you guys both just read the book, or did you do book?
I read the book, yeah.
Okay, I did the audiobook. The narrator was great. Everything was great. I felt like I was watching a movie the whole time, which like most of the time a good audiobook is like that, and a good book is like that, but you know, sometimes it depends. But it was really great. And I was just like, the whole like end battle, I'm like, so you're crying. This is so great. And like the character development is so excellent. And everything came together so beautifully. And then it ended and I was like, oh my God, is there a second one? And turns out there is, which is so exciting. Jesse, what's it called?
I'm looking it up again. Starsight.
Starsight.
Fall 2019.
I really loved all these characters, and I really loved how the book was formatted. Like we went to pilot school with her, and you know, we watch as the class dwindles down and down and down. Yeah, it was just so much fun to read, and it was really well written.
It really was so vivid. Like even though I was like reading it physically, like when I wasn't reading it, I felt like I was missing a movie that I'd been watching, or like I was playing a video game and I wanted to get back to the game I was playing, and it was the book.
Yeah. And it was one of those audiobooks that like I could listen to and do things, and I was like so engrossed in it, even though I was doing other things. Like sometimes you lose it, but this one you're just like, I need to keep watching. But yeah, should we take some questions?
Yeah.
If you missed it, we're taking questions using hashtag Skyward, the first half here for Skyward related stuff.
Are we gonna get into spoilers now?
Yes, so we'll be getting into spoilers. So if you haven't read Skyward, you can X out and come back at 7:30 when we discuss everything superlatives for the whole year, and it'll be super fun.
Yes.
Okay.
Not that this isn't going to be fun right now.
It's going to be fun too, but this is going to be spoilery.
Yeah, super spoilery.
Okay, let's see. Oh. Okay, wait a minute. These are really old tweets I'm looking at.
I found one right here.
Okay.
What do you think is going? This is from Sierra Hunt.
Hashtag that someone else was using in
Yeah.
This question's from Sierra Hunt, and it asks, "What do you think is going to happen in the next book?"
I think we're going to figure out how to use hyperspeed.
Yeah, we'll learn more about that. I think we're going to find more people with the deviation, with the defect. Because like we're kind of setting that up to like right now Spence is really the only one that we know of aside from like her grandmother. So yeah, like it can't be just their family. Like
the science people might have it, I feel like.
Who'd you say?
The science people, like Jorgen's jerk faces family. Maybe one of them has it.
Yeah, and other people who came from like the engine side of things, which like,
yeah, but the science people agreed with the engine people, so like there's got to be a reason why.
Right.
Yeah.
That was a really interesting tidbit when we learned about that. Oh my god, I loved Jorgen and Spencer together, and I was just like waiting for them to have one more moment, and we didn't get it yet. It's gonna happen in the next book.
Yeah, there's definitely there's stuff brewing there that I'm excited.
And Jorgen.
Yeah, it's gonna be a slow burn for sure though, because like halfway through this book, I was like, is there not a romance? Like, I don't know. Like, do I ship her with?
I was already feeling it. I was like, ooh, all the banter.
Because she had like funny banter with a couple of the guys though. So I was like,
yeah, but those were not the guy. It was like
flirting with Bim, and like Bim was like flirting with her back.
I knew he wasn't gonna last. I could sense it. As soon as she was like jerk face, I was like, this is it.
I ship
it. I love it.
We've got another question.
What was your favorite and least favorite parts of the book?
Some of my favorite parts were just Mbot. Like I just love Mbot so much.
Oh my god.
So good. Oh.
When Cobb showed up with Mbot, I started crying.
So
I came for her.
Oh my god! In that moment, I thought I don't know why I was thinking this, but I thought Cobb was the original pilot, and like he had like, gone and gotten it
for half a second too.
Like, for just half a second. So I was like, wait, the original pilot? Like, where did he get Mbot from?
Yeah, I was like, he's not old enough to be the original pilot.
Her original pilot is gone. But yeah, that whole ending sequence, I had no idea where it was gonna go. Like I had 100 pages left, and I was like, I don't want to finish this. Like, I want to stay in like flight school and not whatever like climax is about to happen because I don't know what's gonna happen.
Oh my god. When Ironside was watching her fly at the end, and she was like, and everyone had gathered around, they're like, have you ever seen anyone fly like that? And she was like, only one other person. I was like, oh my god!
Also, the part where the bomb starts to drop and everyone's running away. And she died for it.
I know. I was just like kept going in and out of tears because I was also like so proud of her.
Anyways, we got derailed a little bit. Your favorite and least favorite part of the book?
I love that. Oh wait, I love when Mbot and she come back up and Mbot is just like spewing all this random war cries that he downloaded. And he's like, also mushrooms, please.
Yeah,
oh my gosh, him and the mushrooms.
Highlight, because Mbot was brilliant.
Oh my god.
He's like the guy version of Aiko from
Yeah.
Chronicles.
I was getting vibes, like the Aiko Cinder vibes a little bit. Also, Divergent vibes, because
I got Divergent vibes too.
Yeah, because it was like a training session, and like the class was kind of in competition. Like people weren't surviving. Like not everyone was going to make it to the end, and all the themes like surrounding bravery and stuff. It's the first book I've read, I feel like, since Divergent that really gave me those like first book Divergent feels.
Right.
Like I want to go to Pilot Academy, except not really.
Yeah,
no, I would never want to. Wait,
I just want to fly in a simulator. I just want to.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Can we take a second to talk about Doomslug? And did anyone for a while theorize that maybe Doomslug was a Krell?
Yeah, that's what I was going to say about my least favorite part of the book, which isn't really like a least favorite thing. It's just like I feel like we could have emphasized some of the mystery a little bit more. Like Spencer is not like concerned enough about this weird alien slug, and like
I was just like, yeah, like clear secrets of a slug, and I'm like, I don't trust that slug.
Yeah, like obviously, I mean, the slug turned out to like be non-threatening, like fine, but yeah, I wanted her to like. I thought she was gonna be more suspicious about the slug. There'd be more of a mystery, or like more emphasis on like what is slug? Where did Mbot come from? Stuff like that.
I think we'll learn more about that in the next book.
Okay, yeah, for sure.
Like I have so many Doomslug theories. I was like, maybe Doomslug is the pilot and he turned into a slug. And I was like, maybe Doomslug is a radio that the Krell are using to spy on her. Like maybe Doomslug is a Krell and the Krell can change form.
One of my theories was like, I know reading the synopsis, we know that her ship has a soul. So I was like, oh, her ship has a soul. And before Mbot like activated, we saw the slug. So I'm like, is this slug her ship's soul? Like, is this the heart of the ship? Just like looking around out here.
Like, turns out it was just like a parrot. Weird. It was just a parrot lived in the cave. But yeah, that was just like it was almost like a misdirect, you know, like what's the Doomslug? But really it's just like your fun animal sidekick.
Yeah.
If you were a pilot in this world, which job would you pick? Cargo pilot, fighter pilot, scout?
I'm like, I'll be a private.
Is there anything else?
MO pilot.
Yeah, I just want to be one of the rich people who like has a ship but doesn't go to war.
That would be really nice.
If I had to not be, that'd be a scout, I guess.
Yeah, yeah. They get to go fast and they get to like fly out and about, and it's not as dangerous.
True.
Dusty, you didn't pick one.
I know, because I don't know which one I would be. I don't feel like I would be a pilot.
So you're not going to pick one?
Yeah, I'm not going to pick one because I don't think I would be up for the job.
Also, I don't think we picked the least favorite parts, but if I had to pick a least favorite part, I don't really have one, but if I had to, I think it would be when she was eating the algae fries, because I was like, where's Jorgen? He's not here to have romantic times, so why are we doing this?
I did like the moment when her and Jorgen like went out to Hurl's ship to like give her like the pilot's burial, and they like drag the booster back.
I loved that.
Yeah,
I love when she was like in the car and he was like, and she was like talking. I forget. He joked about like, you're not making your own ship, are you? And she was like, you're making your own ship. You told me you're in emotional distress. And she was like, you believed that? I just saw a question that I liked. Oh, did you guys have conspiracy theories about her father in the beginning before we knew what actually happened? Because I thought I got it right. I was like, oh, I think they just played with his mind and made him think the opposite of what he was doing.
Ooh, interesting. I did not theorize that. I thought it was some other kind of cover up, like he saw something or he did something and like they ended up shooting him down.
Yeah.
Like I knew there was some kind of mystery conspiracy, but I didn't think of that.
I mean, I don't think
it means that like it wasn't because of the defect that he did that. It was because of like whatever, like anyone who had flown up that high would have been affected the same way.
Right.
Yeah. Maybe not as strongly, because I think they have more access to the people who,
because they have that connection. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
But I think, like, I didn't think that immediately off the bat. I was like, well, it's definitely not exactly what they're saying. But as soon as she, like, in the beginning, there's this hint of her hearing the stars, and I was like, okay, yeah, mind control stuff.
I missed that.
Let's see.
Did you foresee that the humans were like basically trapped on this planet as like the last like humanity in the world, and it was like their prison kind of?
So not until, I didn't even think about that until I think somebody suggested it. They were like, the engineers did this on purpose to like trap us here because they were working with the Krell. But yeah, that was really interesting. I liked that. I like that too. I did think one of my going theories was like the Krell weren't actually aliens; they were humans as well. Like I had that theory at the beginning. Yeah, there was like a mutiny, and like half of them, like, so I thought that it was like just two halves of humanity, like battling it out. Yeah, like there are actual aliens, I guess, but yeah, for a while I thought that it was just they're all human. And I also had a theory that they had like evolved differently, and so that the people that were Krell had like weird aliennesses to them that made them different, and that's why they're like armor. I mean, it could just be the armor they're wearing, right? Yeah. But they also have like really advanced technology and all that jazz. So it's just like a planet of crabs. Planet of crabs. Let's see. If you just came, we are taking questions about Skyward using hashtag SkywardSplosion, and at 7:30 we will start talking about everything we've read this year with hashtag 2018 Splosion.
And it's hashtag SkySplosion, not SkywardSplosion.
Damn it. Let's see. What do you think of this becoming a 4-book series instead of 3? I didn't even know it was a 3-book series.
Yeah, the more the merrier, I think.
Yeah, I'm totally okay with, like, I have watched a lot of Brandon Sanderson's like lectures. He teaches creative writing, and so people have like uploaded his lectures online for anyone to watch, and he has a podcast. Like, he knows so much about storytelling that if he thinks this needs to be a 4-book series, like, take the wheel, Brandon Sanderson. Like, I trust you. I know that you're making the right choices for this. So yeah, I'm just excited. Yeah, same. He knows what he's doing. Also, like, he changes up, like, just judging from Mistborn and the Reckoners trilogy, his 2 trilogies that I've completed. Like, each each installment is so different. Like, it goes in such different directions that, like, I wouldn't be able to tell you if this was a 3-book series or a 4-book series or a 10-book series at the end of this one, because it could literally go in so many directions.
Right.
Yeah, I'm pumped. What was your what is your theory about the pilot, the original pilot? Do you guys have any? Do you think he's related to Spencer? Like, I don't know. See, that's what I was talking about, how I wish there would have been a little more emphasis on the mystery, because like, she doesn't even really theorize about it. Like, we don't know anything about the first humans who like crashed here, either with the Defiant and their whole ship, or like before, after, like, where is this ship from? Like, well, like, obviously it's really interesting how they've really stripped away the technology. And it obviously, there must have been a reason, and then we're learning because the Krell have access to whatever line of communication, whatever energy it is that they were using, that it wasn't safe anymore. And it's kind of reminding me of Battlestar Galactica almost. They've stripped all their communications because, wow, it's been so long since I watched it, I can't remember what the bad aliens are called. Because they can access all that and control. Oh, they're like machines. So they can like control all the technology and hack into it and stuff. So they don't use any of it. And that was kind of reminding me of it. I love the moment when Mbot plays like some music. Yeah. Like, wow. Like, because people can't even cluster in more than like 100 or whatever, because they have the heat signatures. Yeah, they'll find them, and it's just really sad that she never gets to hear like more than 3 people play an instrument at once and stuff. Yeah. Really...
Did Mbot ever say like the gender of the pilot?
I think it's a him.
It's a him. It's referred to as a him.
Okay.
Did you guys ever think that her dad maybe wasn't dead?
I did think that for a little bit, because right after the beginning, just because like he didn't seem like he was planning to like run away. Like he was going to the battle, and then she's like, and then we don't know anything else. It's just like he was branded a coward because he tried to run away, and it's like, did he escape the planet? Like when he like flew up in the thing, I thought he just left.
Yeah.
But I didn't know he came back and started killing everyone.
Yeah. Then we see it completely, and it's different. But yeah, for a little bit, I was waiting for like a one of the things to come down and for her to see her dad in it, like the Krell ships. And I was like, and then we saw that he was shot down. And
I'm kind of okay with that. Just because I'm getting a little exhausted from characters always coming back.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was fine with it. I was just like, ooh, is this gonna happen?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was also interesting. Like, I thought we were gonna see her family more, but she didn't go back for so long.
Yeah.
That's another. We didn't explore much underground. Like, we know that the whole humanity's like shipbuilding enterprise is like underground. But like we didn't get to see any of that or like know much about that.
Yeah, it's a mystery right now, but like I love how aware I was of how everything was laid out. And I didn't even have the book, so I didn't see like the maps and stuff. And I guess they are maps because in the acknowledgments they talk about them.
There's not really maps. It's
like pictures of the ships.
Yeah, let me show you a picture.
Oh wait, there's one.
Unless Jessie finds it first. Dang it.
Wait, say something, Jessie, so you get big.
Hello, I am big.
Oh, wait, what's that jellyfish?
Jellyfish.
Ships.
Krell Interceptor.
Ooh, whoa!
Here's one showing like illustrating turns that they can do.
Oh my god, that's so cool.
Yeah, there's only like there's 4 or 5 parts, so there's only like 4 of these pages.
And this is Mbot, apparently.
Oh, yeah, that's how I pictured Mbot. I really loved like hearing about the light lancing and the light lancing training because you can so clearly picture that, and it was so well written that you could like see all their maneuvers and stuff while they were doing it. And it was so cool that one time where they were showing off for the other team that was actually cadets, and they're like, wow, that was just like okay. And they were and like the real pilots were like, oh, you guys are just cadets, like you don't even know what you do. I executed this like perfect awesome maneuver, and I was like, ha, bitch.
I love that. That's what I mean when I'm talking about how like it's not exactly a magic system, but like it's kind of like a ability of the ships, like also her personal like hand light lance thing.
Yeah,
that she uses. And yeah, I love that. It's such an interesting concept, and like I want one.
Yeah.
Like, it reminded me a little bit of Mistborn's magic system, just because it does deal with like movement. Do you guys remember the Mistborn magic system?
I can't remember like the specifics of it.
They ingest metals.
Yeah, I know that, but like what they do.
Like if magic is, like over there, you can like use it to like turn yourself, kind of.
Oh.
Like you can really control your motion around by like pushing and pulling on the metal around you.
Oh, yeah.
So just being able to like move and do it reminded me a little bit of that.
Yeah, it was really cool. Okay, we have a couple minutes left to talk all things spoilery Skyward. So if you have any other questions, please tweet them at us or put them in the chat using the hashtag Skywsplosion. Let's see.
A couple people are asking our pilot names or call
signs.
Oh.
I feel like mine would just be bananas. Like it works.
Mine would probably be kitten.
Yeah. That's the most badass name ever.
Be reader.
Can it be like Caesar salad? Caesar?
Caesar. The salad part is kind of
the salad.
Hyphen salad?
Salad.
Salad calling in.
I think I'd rather be reader.
Oh my god. Favorite side character? I really liked Kimmelin. Quirk.
Yeah, I liked her too. But I think, was it Arturo who was the one who pretended to be stupid but was actually like really insightful and like?
I thought it was the one that died.
It was either Arturo or Ned, and they both were alive at the end because I think
Ned was the really dumb one, and Arturo was the not dumb one, or maybe it was the opposite. I don't remember.
No, I think Arturo was the one who was always smart, and Ned was the one who like pretended to be dumb, but he was actually like really insightful. And he's the one who quit because his brothers died in the big crash. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I did get those muddled up in my head.
Does Mbot count as a side character?
I mean, if he does, I want to pick him too.
He's my favorite.
Side character. Mbot's more of a main character.
I liked her best friend.
Yeah, Rick.
Yeah.
I really liked Rick too.
I kind of didn't like that he dropped out of pilot school though.
I like that he didn't. I really like that because I feel like that happens a lot. Like when you're younger, you like latch onto someone else's dream, and then you realize it's not yours.
Yeah, but I just felt like he put so much work into it, and then he was like, "Oh, never mind."
But it ended up working out because he got accepted into pilot school, and then he got a million job offers, and he found what he really loved. So it's
I feel like he's also like the scholarly type, so he loves to learn, and
he's definitely very smart.
Yeah, so I think he like took in all that information and like used it to his benefit with his new job, obviously. Yeah, I love at the end that she's like, "I'm not going to talk till he's there," because he's a big part of Mbot.
I like that he didn't go to pilot school because like he definitely would have died if he stayed in pilot school.
True.
Yeah. No, it was really nice having him there, knowing like he was there earlier working on Mbot, and Mbot has like 2 humans, and Mbot and his back and forth was really fun.
I loved FM as well, because she was just like, "You're all brainwashed by the military stuff."
I like that too. I like when Mbot was like, "Can I talk to you in private and discuss how you're my favorite?" And I'm not a big fan of Rick. And then he's like, he closes the door and he's like, "I don't actually have a favorite."
What did he say at the end that was really funny?
I have a thing marked from these.
I wish I'd marked. I'm not a big like marker as I read, but I wish I did because there were so many quotes that like completely cracked me up.
I have this one. "You have very nice shoes. We've been working on his compliments," I said. "They aren't nearly as stupid as the rest of your outfit. He still needs practice."
I really like at the end where he was like,
"I hate your shoes."
Yeah, he's like, "I hate your shoes," and then he's like, "I'm lying. I just didn't want to be predictable. I love your shoes."
It was the part where he was saying like, "If you die, I'm gonna have to choose a new pilot, and it'll probably be Rig," and both of us will hate that.
Yeah, it was just so much. I'm gonna tweet out our thing because we're about to go into our superlative section. If I can find a link, where's her link?
Tweet out our thing.
Fork.
About to go into
Fork. Okay. Oh my goodness. Do you guys have any last Skyward words?
I loved it. Everyone should read it. 10 out of 10.
It was fantastic. Highly recommended. I'll be talking about it more in my favorite books of the year video.
Me too. Okay. Well, so now we're going to be taking questions using the hashtag 2018. Oh my God, I can't type it.
Just click on it in your original tweet.
Explosion. Okay, so we're about to start our superlative section of our last live show of the year. So tweet us like superlatives that you'd like us to, pick amongst our, yearly roster. And we're gonna obviously want to hear what your favorite book of the year that we read was and all that jazz. So we're gonna be keeping an eye on the chat as well. Yes, let's do this.
All right. I'm tweeting it out 1 second.
Thank you.
also love to hear like what ones you guys read along with us and your favorites and all that. So feel free to just tweet reactions to us as well. Yeah,
we're gonna be keeping an eye on it because we want this to be like a back and forth and hear your answers to all of these as well. Okay.
Oh, my tweet kind of has a typo, but whatever.
Yeah, it's all good. Okay, let's get the latest.
All right. Should we go ahead and like start going down our like just sharing?
Yeah, what we read.
Yeah, what we read this year. That's what I'm trying to say.
You just froze. What did you say, Jesse?
Just going down the list of the books we read this year.
Yeah. Do you want me to read them, or do you want to read them, or should we split it up?
We can split it up.
Go ahead. You start the first three.
All right. In January, the book we read was Before I Let Go by Marieke Nijkamp. Who wants to do February?
I will right here.
Okay.
February, we read Rain the Earth by A.C. Goggin.
Woo.
March, we read They Both Die at the End by Adam Silvera.
Hey. In April, we read Clockwork Angel by Cassandra Clare.
That was a reread for all of us.
Yes.
Yeah. Are we on May? May, we read The Earth, My Butt, and Other Big Round Things by Carolyn Mackler.
In June, we read Now I Rise by Kirsten White.
Woo-hoo. In July, we read Tempest and Slaughter by Tamara Pierce.
Tamara Pierce.
Is that how you say it again? I can't remember.
In August, we read Tower of Dawn.
Yeah. In September, we read Seafire.
In October, we read Grim Lovelies.
And in November, we read Shadow of the Fox by Julie Kagawa.
And in December, we read Skyward by Brandon Sanderson.
Woo!
Oh, man.
Those are all the books.
Yeah, it's been a good year. So should we start off with the most obvious award for our favorite book of the Booksplosion roster this year?
Ooh.
Just one?
Yeah, you could do your top three if you have to, but try to pick them. Okay, everyone in the chat, like, let us know what your favorite of the year, or in Twitter, tweet us what your favorite book that we read this year was. It's hard to pick.
Okay, I have my top three, actually.
I have top three, too. Go ahead.
Yeah, someone else go, because I can't.
Okay, so should I do favorite first, or my third favorite?
Go for it.
Okay, my top favorite. Okay, Christine, should I do it differently?
You can do it. Go ahead.
Okay, my favorite of the year is Skyward by Brandon Sanderson. I love this book so much. Can't wait for the sequel. Then my second favorite is Tower of Dawn by Sarah J. Maas. Loved this one. And then I feel like this one might be surprising. My third favorite is Shadow of the Fox.
Wow.
I really, really enjoyed this one.
This is tough. Like, my number 4 is really tied, but my favorite of the year has to go to Tower of Dawn.
Yeah.
And then They Both Die at the End was my second favorite. And then Skyward was my third favorite. Now I Rise is like right there with it.
We've read a lot of really good books this year.
Yeah.
I think, Chrissy, mine are the same as yours, but in a slightly different order. I'm going to say Skyward first. I can't take all these out of the stack. I don't know why I'm doing that. They Both Die at the End second, and then Tower of Dawn third.
Nice.
Yeah, Now I Rise is up there too, and I did really love Shadow of the Fox too.
I also really love The Earth, My Butt.
Yeah, The Earth, My Butt was a fun one to discuss.
Yeah. And of course, like, it's hard because Clockwork Angel we've already read, so I don't want to pick it. But
it's also hard to like compare contemporaries to like fantasies that like are so much more complex, and like they aren't on the same level, so it's hard to like. Yeah, it's hard.
It's hard. It is tough. Twitter banned somebody. Okay. Let's see. A lot of people are saying Clockwork Angel, Tower of Dawn, Skyward, Tower of Dawn.
Lots of Tower of Dawns.
Ooh, somebody asked the best audiobook of the ones I read this year. Let me see who asked that so I can. Okay, Melanie asked that.
Yeah, Christine, you did mostly audiobooks.
I did mostly audiobook. I can tell you the worst audiobook is probably Clockwork Angel. I'm very disappointed in those audiobooks. Ooh, gosh, there's so many good ones. I think maybe I have to give it to Now I Rise. Really, I really liked that one. And it's such a complex story that it's very hard, I feel like. But the audiobook really brings it to life beautifully.
I did listen, I when I listen to audiobooks, I usually listen and read. Like, it's rare for me to listen to just an audiobook straight through. But I did listen to quite a bit of They Both Die at the End, and that was a really good audiobook. Because there's 2 different voice actors for
that one too.
Yeah, it was a good one.
That's a tough one, this question.
Yeah.
Jesse, do you have one?
I think the Shadow of the Fox audiobook was pretty good too.
It was.
That one as well.
Yeah.
I'm like blanking on what all the audiobooks sound like though.
I wish we could poll like our audience during the live show, because that would be really fun. Is that not a that used to be a thing in the old Hangout?
Oh yeah, I don't know if you can.
Hangout Toolbox. Nope.
Right, here's a fun question, and it's just book that made you cry from Jariana. But let's talk about like what books made you cry. How many of these 12 books made you cry?
Let's see.
I don't think I had one that made me cry this year.
I have one.
Okay, what is it?
It was Skyward.
Yeah, that's right.
I cried a bunch. I can't remember if I cried during Now I Rise. Like,
I think I actually got emotional in They Both Die at the End.
Yeah, I think They Both Die at the End. Like, if I didn't cry, like I came very close to.
Yeah. I don't think I cried, but I definitely felt emotional.
I definitely, like, it hit me in the emotions, but it wasn't a teary because I was like so locked down because I knew they both die at the end. Tower of Dawn, I think I got teary in parts.
Yeah, probably.
But definitely Skyward was like, I was listening to it today, the end of it on my trip to Starbucks, and I was online like crying. And I don't know if I should pause, but like it was a grocery store Starbucks, and they take forever, so I just like kept playing it because it was such an intense part.
That's great.
Let's see. Oh, your favorite cover of the year?
Oh.
Yeah, this is from Catherine.
There's a lot of good ones.
I wish I had the covers in front of me.
I do like this. I don't love this Skyward cover.
The worst cover of the year first.
Is it Skyward?
No, I think my worst cover of the year award goes to. Can someone hold up Tower of Dawn?
Yeah.
It's grown on me, actually. I don't hate it as much as I used to, but it's.
Yeah, I don't hate it. It's just not good.
Yeah.
I used to hate it. Now it's grown on me that it's just there. It's like some weird moon when you glance at it. like, what is that moon on Tower of Dawn?
It feels so thin because the pages are so thin.
What is your worst audio?
I think my worst cover. My worst cover is Before I Let Go, because it's just like just a fine cover. Like it's not the best.
Yeah,
do you have a worst cover of the year?
I'm probably gonna go with Tower of Dawn. Okay, so the Skyward cover isn't that bad, but I feel like it just doesn't fit the story that well. And there's a UK cover that is like much cooler that I wish we had. Like this doesn't really look like how I imagined Spensa. I imagine
exactly how I imagined her.
Really?
Cover.
I do like how there's like falling debris and stuff in the background.
I really like that whole debris thing.
Yeah, it's such a cool world.
But that cover grew on me as the book went on.
Also, Temple Slaughter doesn't have like this didn't really have much to do with the story.
Yeah, it's just like a feather.
And like some gold, like it's shiny and pretty.
Yeah.
I'm just like, what is this about? It feels like it's about birds.
It's very pleasing. Or it's like a quill. It's about a writer in the 1800s. But what was I gonna say? That the Skyward cover, I feel like, is because in the United States they're like all about putting people on covers now because the ones that are hitting the list have people on them. So they want people on every cover.
It's absolutely a cover trend.
Mm-hmm.
Like people overload.
I think my favorite cover is Now I Rise, actually.
Oh.
I really like all the covers on.
Yeah,
like,
the bright
They're excellent.
cover is beautiful.
Yeah.
I'm gonna grab that real quick just because like, it's so pretty and like
it's gorgeous.
Grabs your eyes.
Granite and it's shiny. It's gorgeous.
Mm.
I like it.
I'm trying to pick a favorite cover, and like I think it's Clockwork Angel.
Really? Favorite?
I mean, like they both die at the end. I think really fits the.
Yeah, I love this one.
I like it too. I do.
Shadow.
Yeah, I just think that my favorite is not that one. It's Clockwork Angel.
I think there's a little bit of a bias there, but we'll let it slide.
I like these two covers because of just like their fonts and like the black and red designs.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. This question from Anna is, what was your favorite couple to ship this year? Oh man, they're so good.
Can I say the one from Tower of Dawn, or is that spoilery?
Just say that. Just say the couple.
Okay, the couple that's in Tower of Dawn.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's
Love that couple.
spoilery, really. Oh wait, it is, I guess. I mean, that couple is so great.
Oh, I love them together.
Yeah,
I can't wait to read Kingdom of Bash and see them together.
I'm trying to remember.
We have our clock. I mean, it's not as much in this book, but our trio of mains in Clockwork Angel, they're like one of my OTPs.
Classic.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember who I shipped in Now I Rise. I think it was Radu and that guy. I can't remember him, but I remember I liked him. Yeah.
I know who you're talking about, but I can't think.
Yeah, he was really nice.
That's kind of spoilery too, though.
Well, I shipped them. I remember hardcore shipping them. I hardcore shipped Jorgen, Jerkface, and Spensa. And of course, Tower of Dawn. It's so hard to pick because obviously I want to say Tower of Dawn because I know those characters the best.
Yeah.
We did really get to know, and we got to know them even more in this book. Like we saw their whole relationship develop. So like, we got so much.
Yeah. What was your least favorite couple of the year?
Least favorite couple?
I'm probably gonna say from Grim Lovelies, just because they had no chemistry.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they're like barely a couple, and then like, yeah,
a middle school couple.
Yeah, exactly. It felt like a very young couple, and like they weren't really together. Then they kind of like broke up, and then got back together maybe, and then like. Yeah, and I didn't feel any chemistry between them. I shipped her with like someone else who might be considered a villain, so like I didn't really care about like her childhood friend, whatever.
I agree with that.
Also, I've come to hate Mehmed and Lada. Like I liked Mehmed, and now I'm like, no, Mehmed, no. You've crossed too many lines. I mean, like, I love them. I love the relationship. I think it's really complex and interesting, but I hate him now. Let's see. Ooh, Mackenzie says, which book is the class clown?
Ooh.
They both die at the end.
I mean, yeah, that one was funny, but like I laughed.
I was saying that as a joke, but like it was funny.
Yeah, they both think it was funny, but like I think Skyward made me laugh the most because just like the plot was so funny. Like I was laughing out loud. I kept wanting to like write down quotes or like to remember them so I could quote them later because they were so funny.
Oh yeah.
It's true.
We're also, though, forgetting that Clockwork Angel has some really great clown moments. Some really great Jessamine Will back and forth in Clockwork Angel that I love and cherish.
I feel like The Earth, My Butt, and Other Big Round Things made me laugh a lot too, though. Like, I feel like the narrator was really funny, if I remember correctly.
It was funny. It was like dark humor too.
Yeah, there was like, obviously there was like some sad parts too, but
yeah, but he was very like,
it was like lighthearted feeling
about it. Yeah. What would you say is the most serious book we read this year?
Before I Let Go.
That was very like in like a confusing way.
It was. I feel like we had a really interesting discussion about it because there was so much like thought-provoking things, but like I read it like just thinking about it, not like feeling like, oh, I really enjoyed that. It was just like, what was that? What was going on? Like that kind of thing. Also, it deals with some very serious topics surrounding like mental health and disability and the death of a friend and stuff like that. So.
Yeah, it was very serious and it kind of never let up. There was no lightness in it. Even Now I Rise, which was really intense, had like its moments where it was like,
it was like taking a break from it.
You gotta have little breaks in between there, otherwise, like it's a lot.
Favorite world/world building.
Ooh.
I loved. I mean, I want to say Skyward because we just read that, and that was Shadow of the Fox. Went world building. What were you saying?
Tower of Dawn.
I want to say Shadow of the Fox as well.
Yeah, Shadow of the Fox had great world building and like so much like rich Japanese mythology, and like we had so many like different encounters along like our fun road trip.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, that one did have great world building, but I just feel like Tower of Dawn really painted a beautiful picture of Antarctica. And what was the specific state they were in? A city they were in? Elway or?
Oh, I can't remember. We read this in the summer.
Yeah, but I just feel like I have much better grasp of the southern continent. And
just of the world in general, and like we're prepared for the last book though, which none of us have read. Wait, Jesse,
I'm 50 pages in, and I'm really excited about it. Let's see. Ooh,
was it Antarctica that they were in?
That's what I said, Antarctica, but I don't know if that was the country or the city.
I can't remember.
Let's see. Oh, okay. If
the city,
If you're just joining us, I just want to let you know that we're taking superlative questions on Twitter using the hashtag 2018Splosion, and we should be watching the chat, but I have not been watching it, so shame on me.
So the city is called Antarctica, but we also spent a lot of time in the watchtower of Eodalon. Is that how you say it? Wait, is that
that's not how the audiobook said it, I don't think, because I can't remember.
I don't know how to pronounce any of these words.
I like this question from Mackenzie. Which book is most likely to become a musical?
Oh, I like that too. Oh my god. I know. Clockwork Angel.
I feel like they both die at the end with really interesting
musical. Would be a great musical.
It would. It definitely would. I just like want to see Will singing.
Of course you do.
Yeah, okay, I'd be here for that.
I think that'd be so funny. But they both die at the end would be a very funny musical too.
Yeah.
That was like actually a musical. Whereas like Clockwork Angel, like the logistics of doing a fantasy story musical, like I feel like that's too much.
Yeah, no, they both at the end would fit very well. Like Adam, you should see about translating your book into a play, a musical.
Yeah, call Lin-Manuel Miranda.
Or the Evan Hansen people who also do La La Land. Okay, let us see. Which character would most likely become president? That's from Amanda. Amanda Claus.
Lada.
Lada for sure. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. How is there any question? Lada from Now I Rise.
Everyone else, run.
She's coming for you.
Spencer actually reminded me a lot of Lada, and I love that because she had that same kind of like feral attitude, like I'm gonna come for you and rip you apart.
Yeah, but like she was nicer.
Yeah, a little bit nicer, a little lighter.
Lada actually kills people. Spencer just like talks a lot.
She's all talk. Spencer also reminded me of Starbuck from Battlestar Galactica. But again, like lighter and like less intense, which I liked. Oh, who would win most? Oh, we're echoing. Is that me?
It's me. I'll refresh.
Okay.
What was
who would win most change, like best character development in their book? That's
I feel like it's
Spencer?
Well, or Kale, maybe.
Oh, I don't know. I mean, Kale went through a journey, but Spencer, I feel like, really arced very beautifully.
Yeah. Hers was more present.
Talking about best character arc, best character
development. Changed, yeah.
I said Kale, but Christine thinks maybe Spencer.
Yeah, what do you think?
Oh, both of them really had a journey.
They're like different journeys, though.
I think Kale might have changed more, though, because he was like so far on one end, and it brought him to like another side, like a completely different area than when he started.
Yeah, there are like different life points too. Like I feel like Spencer is that first like puberty, finding yourself, not puberty, but like right out of high school, finding yourself, and then Kale is like that like mid-20s.
Yeah, adulthood, like navigating a failed relationship and like trying to deal with that and like over what stuff that's happened in his past and stuff. It's definitely different. Like Spencer's is much more young adult because she's dealing with like living up to her father's legacy or like in his shadow of his legacy and stuff like that. And like proving herself for the first time as an individual kind of thing.
Yeah. I love Spencer.
Great.
She's great.
She's really great. Which book had the most original plot of the year? That's from that's an interesting one because
that's a difficult one.
Nothing's completely. I want to say like in terms of books that we read, because I know this is like based on history, but I think Now I Rise is very different in a lot of ways in like the YA world. You don't see books like that, but of course, and also it's so intricate, like the historical fiction aspects of it.
It's historical, but not fantasy, which is something that you don't see a ton. Like there's no magic whatsoever. It's just history.
Yeah, and it's like, and it's put in like the most entertaining, like visceral way.
Yeah, so well written and like it's difficult. Is there another echo?
Yeah.
Oh, is there?
I think it's Jesse.
I'll refresh.
Technical difficulties. Oh my gosh, we're down to our last like 7 minutes already.
Oh wow.
What the heck? Okay, let's see. Kat, did you have one that you wanted to say for this one?
What is this again?
Most original? Did you guys have most original votes? What do you out there think was the most original book this year? Throw it up in the chat. I'm watching. Hi, Cecilia. Someone just said hi, Christine. We're talking about all the books we've read this year and giving them superlatives. And right now we're looking for what you guys think was the most original book that we read this year.
Yeah, I think I'll agree with Now I Rise. But also they both die at the end just because that was, it's not something that you see a lot. Like it's contemporary, but there's like a little bit of like speculative aspect. And they both die at the end. So like that's not something you see in every book.
Yeah.
I don't want to call Shadow of the Fox original, but like having a book with Japanese mythology in young adult is pretty new, I feel like. Like, we don't see that very often, so I would say that was pretty original about it. But.
It felt fresh because, like, I haven't read a ton like it.
Yeah, for sure. We also have a big announcement coming just for Booksplosion live shows in general, and we're going to announce our January book of the month and our February book of the month. So maybe we'll take one more question. Okay, let's see. Let's make it a good one.
Hi, Chandler.
Best hair. Do you guys have one?
Which book is most likely to get arrested?
Now I rise. Lada would definitely get arrested.
A lot of people would get arrested.
I mean, they would try to arrest her, but
Radu does a lot of shady shit. So, dang, is that our last question? Are we doing that? Or are we going to pick a different one?
Pick a different one.
We didn't do our least favorite book of the year.
Should we do like a ranking of like?
Yeah, we can rank them. Yeah.
Okay, let's do that as our closing then.
Okay.
Are we going to individually rank them or try to come to an agreement?
I think we have to originally.
Yeah, originally.
There's too many. Okay. Take a minute and rank them. You guys take a minute and rank them. If you rank the ones that you read with us. If you read more than one with us this year, we're going to take a minute and do this.
This is hard.
This is hard. I feel like I forget. Okay.
Where
do I put Clockwork Angel since we already read it?
I don't know.
I'm ranking it.
I'm ranking it too.
I'm ranking it. Fine. There. Oh crap! This is getting hard.
Yeah.
I'm almost done.
Stop. Oh, that means you have to go first.
No.
Okay.
Let's go first with our like 8. Like go from 12. We'll all say what our 12.
Okay, we'll say it together.
Yeah, we'll go up together. 8.
Then we'll go down together.
9. Oh my god, I'm missing one. Oh, I know I'm not.
I'm really interested to see if we have any of the same ones.
Look at my stack.
12. Okay, I've got mine.
I'm not ready yet. Oh no.
This Skyward was disappointing? What are you talking about? That was amazing. That was an absolutely remarkable thing. That was great.
That's a great one.
That was not, unfortunately, not a Booksplosion book. Let's see. Dry. I need to read Dry. Skyward is number 1. Someone said. Catherine said. Kingdom of Ash thoughts. We have not finished it yet.
Not yet.
Okay, we're going to announce our future books. If you haven't heard us yet, we're going to be announcing that in the next couple minutes. We're going to be announcing a Booksplosion announcement. And Kat's done?
No, we are also going to be announcing an underlined winner from our writing contest that we did a while ago.
We finally got the winner.
Yeah, there was what happened was an original winner was chosen, but they had to sign something before we could like announce them, and they never replied. So we waited a long time trying to reach them. We ended up having to choose a backup winner. Not that we chose, underline chose. We didn't. We just announced.
Really quickly, while we're doing this, I like this question that Jaden presented. Which character would you consider dating? This is always a fun question.
Ooh.
There's obviously a lot because Will Herondale. I would date Jorgen, Jerkface. Let's see.
I'd go with Irene.
I'm trying to think of the people in Tower of Dawn. I'm like, who else do we have from other than Kale? I would not date Kale.
Okay.
I
can only think of Irene.
There's so many characters, though. Nesrin.
Oh yeah. I keep forgetting how many characters are in all of these books.
I feel like I would date Sartuk. He seems kind of cool.
Oh right. I did really like him.
But I'm forgetting all the rest of the princes. There's like a bunch of them. Yeah. Well, not the oldest one. He's an asshole. Okay.
I only want to date people from like Tower of Dawn or Clockwork Angel because everyone else is like too young.
That's what I was thinking.
You gotta just imagine that you're the same age.
Yeah. But like, especially when they feel so young, it's like you're half my age. Yeah.
You can date Cobb, a cat. Okay, you ready?
I'm ready.
Down the 2018 Booksplosion roster. Okay, let's start with our number 12s on the list. You guys tell us what your number 12 is.
Now we're here.
What is yours?
We're starting at the bottom.
Yeah, start at the bottom.
Okay. We ready?
Yeah, go ahead. We had to go down the line. Jesse, what's yours?
Before I Let Go.
Oh my God, mine's also Before I Let Go.
It wasn't terrible. It just wasn't like fun. It was so heavy and like dealt with so much serious stuff.
Yeah, for sure. It was like very heavy and it didn't feel like you got the whole story by the end. It was like in pieces, which was the style of the book.
It was a good one to discuss though.
Yeah, it was really interesting to discuss it. Okay. Number 11. You guys can reveal it, and I have to like say it out loud because I don't have any of my books.
Grim Lovelies.
Tempest and Slaughter.
I said Grim Lovelies too. On the same page so far. Okay, 10.
Tempest and Slaughter.
Oh my God.
You too?
Me too. Tempest and Slaughter.
Kat, what did you put in the earth?
I did Rain the Earth, yeah. Which honestly, most of it is probably just because I read it so long ago, I don't remember it as much.
Yeah.
But I do know I'm very excited for the sequel.
Okay, number 9 on our countdown of favorite on the roster. Ready? Oh my God, Jesse, mine is also Seafire. Cat is Grim Lovelies.
I feel like this next one is going to be the thing to change it, though.
Yeah, once we get closer, I feel like it's probably going to get different. Okay, number 8 on the countdown.
The Earth, My Butt, and Other Big Round Things.
Cat, it says Seafire. Mine is Rain the Earth.
Okay.
Okay. Picture Rain the Earth. Okay, 7.
They both die at the end.
Oh my God, that's so far down your list.
I know. I feel bad. This is my least favorite.
It's so far down on your list.
It's in the middle.
I guess it is almost the middle. Mine is Shadow of the Fox. Number 7. Okay, number 6. Now we're at the middle.
Rain the Earth.
Mine is Shadow of the Fox.
I loved Rain the Earth. This is such a good book.
Mine is The Earth, My Butt, and Other Big Round Things. Okay, number 5.
Hang on.
Here we go. All right, we're getting close to the beginning now. 5 for me.
Don't yell at me. Oh, Kat!
Me too! Oh, no,
I thought you guys were going to have it higher.
I mean, I love this book, but it was a reread. Yeah. And also the first book is not my favorite of the trilogy. Like, I love the other 2 better, so.
Yeah.
It's still, I think it's still a nice ranking spot for it, though.
Yeah. We all had the same 12, and we all had the same 5.
Wow.
Yeah.
Applause for being on the same page.
And then, Christine, I think our last 4 are going to be the same.
Okay, 4, I have Now I Rise.
Oh, I have Now I Rise, too.
We all matched! I love when we match. It's so exciting. Okay, 3, I have Skyward. Oh,
Skyward is number 3 for you. That's too far down for me.
Yeah. 2.
They
both die and yeah. And 1, our favorite of the year.
Skyward.
You guys have Skyward. I have Tower of Dawn.
Skyward, Skyward.
Top 3 were all fantastic.
They were so good. It was so hard to order them. So
yeah, it was really hard. Like, we read a lot of great books this year. So
yeah. Well, wow, that was really like interesting. I like that. Okay, so let's announce our Booksplosion announcement really quick.
Okay.
So in the new year, we are going to be utilizing our Booksplosion YouTube channel, youtube.com/Booksplosion. Please subscribe. We have 56 subscribers.
Go show us some love, please.
We're going to be doing our Booksplosion live shows every month on that platform. And so it'll kind of be
a central location, because like we've been bouncing between our channels for the last year or so. And we just think it'd be really nice to have like Booksplosion channel. This is where the live shows happen. And maybe bonus things every now and then, but mostly shows.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes over there, but we want some place to like centrally, like we'll link all our other Booksplosion content and playlists over there, but that's where our hub will be for like this, like our live shows. And if we do any extra live shows for anything else, like on the Booksplosion YouTube channel, youtube.com/Booksplosion.
Go subscribe.
Go subscribe, please. Subscribe to our channel.
It's very empty right now.
Really empty.
We're still working on it. We just figured out what the password was like last week.
We're in the process of, we're going to make a channel trailer.
yeah, that'll be fun. But yeah, we're really going to start launching in the new year. So it'll be empty for a little bit right now, but starting in 2019, that'll be Booksplosion Central.
Yeah. And our January book of the month, you guys ready to announce that?
Yeah.
Let's do underlined first.
Okay, announce the underlined winner.
Okay, let me pull it up here.
Thanks for subscribing, Nikki.
Okay, so our underlined winner is named Elizabeth, and I'm going to tweet out the link to the winning story as soon as I finish talking from the Booksplosion account. But her story was The Witch's Brew. So congratulations, Elizabeth has already been contacted and like already taken care of like through the underlined side of things. But yeah, that was the winner of our writing contest.
I'm going to link it again here because people are subscribing. Thank you, everyone who's subscribing. Booksplosion. I'm going to link it again because Jesse's thing went all the way up already. Oh, wait, that's not a link, is it? http://youtube.com/Booksplosion. I don't know if you can link in the chat, but there it is again. So congratulations to our winner. And now we have our January and February books worked out. In January, we are going to be reading
Aragon.
Oh my gosh.
This is an older title. Yeah.
Which is actually a little bit interesting because none of us have read this.
Yeah.
It has been around forever, and that was out like when we were all young and grown up, but none of us just happened to read it. So.
High school, a lot of people were talking about it, I remember, and I was like, I don't know that book. A lot of people love Aragon, so I'm excited.
A new collection of short stories coming out in the world of Aragon, so we're reading book 1 in the series because we need to catch up before we can read the collection.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be really fun to like finally know what the book is since so many
buzz is about.
Yeah, reference it all the time.
Wasn't there like a movie adaptation too that like didn't do
very but everyone hated it. It's one of those things that did not go over well with the fans. I remember my friend Sarah was like the other reader friend I knew in high school, and she loved them, and she came back from that movie so upset.
Oh no. That's the worst.
And in February, we're going to be reading Karen McManus's new book, Two Can Keep a Secret. And she's the woman who wrote the one, oh my God, what is it called? I read it this year. One of Us is Lying, which is such a fun, quick read. And the characters are really well developed. I really like that book. And
it's kind of like a thriller style.
Yeah, it's like thriller, mystery, like trying to figure out what's going on, but it's also like contemporary, which I love, obviously.
Yes.
Yeah, Two Can Keep a Secret for February. Aragon, January. Y'all. It's just an exciting 2019 Booksplosion year.
Yeah, we don't have our live show dates set yet, but we will be announcing that soon. So keep your eyes peeled for that.
Yes, and if you didn't hear, go subscribe to youtube.com/Booksplosion, where our live shows are going to be, and from 2019 onward.
Also, you can follow Booksplosion on Instagram and Twitter at the handle @Booksplosion. And I just tweeted out the winner of the Get Underlined contest. So that link is out there now if you guys want to go read that winning story.
Cool, cool. Jesse, what
we got to 100 subscribers.
Oh my God!
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, guys. This is such a baby channel.
Yeah, it's so cute.
Oh my gosh. Well, thank you all so much for joining us in all of our read-alongs this year. It means so much to us to see you reading along and tweeting and Instagramming and, you know, being here to discuss and ask questions with us. We really, really appreciate it. And it really keeps us kind of reading something together every month so that we have books that we've all read and can talk about, which I love. And I love that we can also do that with all of y'all. Yeah.
Thank you guys for being a part of this. We've been doing this for 5 years now. We're close to the end of year 5. What? That's wild. But yeah, it's been such a fun time, and we're excited about our new Booksplosion channel and things coming in the new year. It's gonna be a good year.
It's gonna be a cool year.
Yeah.
So hopefully we see you guys in 2019.
Yeah.
We love you.
Much love.
Yeah, tweet us your ordering. I want to see, because I didn't get to see. I don't feel like a lot of people tweeted, but like tweet us the ordering of how you order the books you read along with us this year.
I would love to see that.
Yeah. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Christine.
I'm Jesse.
And I'm Kat.
And we'll see you in 2019 on youtube.com/Booksplosion and also everywhere else. Goodbye.